Us. Okay, so we already hit record. You've been done. Let's go.
Shut your ass up and pay attention.
That's what your freshman coach told you.
That's what your barber told you.
What was your nephew tell you about that hairline?
That is impeccable. What did Donald Trump tell you about your hairline?
That's terrific.
You got a trust fund baby hairline.
Great job,
Mancini
Ryan.
has a trust fund baby
Great job.
hairline.
Your hair, it's so nice. Is it real? Let me touch it.
It's only,
Let me grab it by the hair. Grab it by the scalp.
disgusting.
You sound like Smeagol and Dewey Hauser had a baby. Like.
Narrated by Stewie from Family Guy.
What the deuce?
What's good, everybody?
And you took my fucking entry line? What the fuck?
Somebody has to be on time around here.
I'm hit.
No, you say it.
What's up, everybody? This is Ken Berry here. One half of Touchdowns
and your
Tangents.
voice crack? Come on, dog.
Hey, dog.
Come on, dude.
I'm Uncle. Shout out to my nephew, who's a month old today. He was born on the day of our podcast, so it's Thursdays are now holy days.
All right, man. I love your nephew, but we're not gonna do this every month. I'm just letting you know.
Until he's one, you have to. But anyway,
we're not doing that.
That's fine.
You got 1, 3, 6, and 9. That's all you
Only
get.
the odd numbers?
Yeah, that's all you
fair.
get. That's all you
fair.
get.
Every 3 months. That's fair. Progress. But anyway, this is Touchdowns and Tangents, everybody. Culturally concise commentary, topical takes for the culture, topical tangents. And we got some special guests in the house, but first we want to thank Good News Sports, Good News Radio, all 357 stations, all 357 podcasts on the station. Fuck you and the click you claim.
Shout out to the Good News for getting KB a custom printed, 3D printed shirt. They didn't have his size, so they had to go to a 3D printer.
First off, bitch.
So shout out to them for going that extra.
You got a 2X. I don't know why they give you a 2X. Your stomach still shows on a 2X.
Shout out for that. Shout out to them for that.
They gave me a 3X. This one's mine. That one's yours, actually. But shout out to Keith for hooking it up with the TGN Sports T-shirt. Appreciate it. It's better than a Rockefeller chain because, Jay-Z isn't trying to sue me for it.
Wow.
But, yeah, shout out to, X-Squad affiliates, all our affiliates.
FPC Radio, your favorite podcast app.
Shout out to everybody who had a great Father's Day.
Was that this weekend?
Yes, Sunday was Father's Day.
Dude, that feels like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It really does, but it's only Thursday. It's only like 4 days removed.
Shit. But, so you're going to introduce our special guest, or are you just going to...
So,
you haven't even introduced your co-host. This is probably the worst intro you've ever done.
No, it's actually the best because I haven't introed you yet. So anyway, Pete's here. You know this motherfucker. By the way, don't make me play the drop. Don't make me play the drop of what you said about Carl Nassib last week. I will play the drop about what you said about Carl Nassib last week.
We'll get to that later. Just introduce
Will we? Will we? Okay, cool. Anyway, so speaking of drops and legendary moments, we have 2 people, 2 founding members of the Lineage. There's so much history between the 4 of us that, honestly, if any secrets come out, we know Pete driced it, so we'd kill him first. Everybody else would pretty much just fade off, not like Reservoir Dogs, but we all go off and do our own thing. Like Old Boy and... What's that movie with Bruce Willis and Ving Rhames?
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it would be like Pulp Fiction. Everybody would just go off their own different way, but we'd have to kill Pete because he's a dry snitch.
I'd be Walken in that movie. I'd be Christopher Walken.
We know you would.
Yeah.
We would let you.
Let's watch. It's in your ass for 5 years. Come on, KB. Come on.
Nah, it kind of sounds like Mark Wahlberg.
Nah, Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, Pete. Hey, Pete. Say hi to your mother for me.
See?
That was offensive. Damn. As you can tell, we've had on Ryan, Andrew, Mancini before. Why do our friends all have each other's middle names?
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck is up with that?
I mean, you went ahead and said it.
But, like, I'm pretty sure you and Andrew have similar names. Like, his middle name is, like, your fucking name, or Pete. Pete has somebody's middle name that is between you two.
I have David.
Oh, never mind. That's lackluster.
Wrong friend group. Awkward.
Wrong group chat?
Wrong group chat.
Wrong lineage.
Wrong group chat? Who this? No, the only lineage that exists is ours. Everybody else is just, a group chat with people who shit on Pete, which is hilarious. Like, our group chat is the safest group chat for Pete.
It really is.
Like, we don't judge him as much as we could.
It honestly is.
We only get on him some of the time.
It's because you guys are my smart friends. Well, okay, I'll say
Max,
smart.
Everybody
smart friends and Kenny. Smart friends and
Whoa!
Kenny.
Oh my
Smart
god.
friends and
The
Kenny.
fuck does that mean? I'm pretty sure
You're smart adjacent.
Smart adjacent?
Like, you have smart points sometimes.
Are you serious? Do you really want to get roasted right now? Do you really want to do this right now? Is Andrew going to have to step? Shout out to Andrew Martinez.
Al Jefe.
Thank you.
One of the first persons I ever podcasted with in my whole entire life.
And he carries you through that episode too?
Nah, I think I was the host, wasn't I? I feel like I was the
You were
host.
the host with Shaka, and you got carried through that too.
Who was on that first one?
It was me, you, and Shaka. It was like football. Something.
Nah, before
It was a
that.
Raiders podcast.
Before that, the first one we ever did.
That's
When I was a staffer.
when you were paying for the account.
I don't even remember
He paid for the
with
account
James
for like
Waters,
2.5
bro.
years.
James Waters, and there was somebody else. Somebody else who liked NFL. Was it that dude Alik?
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, and I think you were the host.
I don't know how.
You were the main mic.
He's like, I'm not taking credit for that at all.
No, you're going to hear in this episode, I feel like a radio rookie, even though I got 6 years under the belt of sporadic podcast appearances.
You're like the Jay Electronica of podcasting.
Just please don't ever tweet, I did a thing.
Please don't ever tweet personal news.
I don't even tweet.
And don't say
All right.
You should, though.
Just don't ever say I did a thing.
You need to tweet only in GIFs.
I hate when people say I did a thing when they do the podcast.
Or I want a shirt that says I did your fucking podcast. Well, yeah, but it was fun, so don't be a dick about it.
But those South Bay wins, though.
Hey, you know what? I paid $200+ for proper iPhone or AirPods, and honestly, my life has been better for it. I'm a total elitist now.
And I literally told you that. I literally
I don't
told you
listen
that
to
on
you,
the air.
Pete. You're a scumbag.
I was like, bro, as soon as you get AirPods, you're going to be like, this is the best investment I've ever made.
It really has. I don't even care about the extra money for insurance. Like, it's just wonderful. Like, it's just
Hey, we got you on the iPhone, gang. That took forever.
Yeah.
years of bullying. Years of bullying.
You shut up.
Like,
We weren't the only ones, bro.
All y'all should be canceled.
We weren't the
honestly.
only ones.
How many green tech chats did you ruin?
Oh shit!
lot.
Yeah, Andrew was definitely the leader. Andrew was the leader of the bullying. How many?
Android had a droid when I met him, though.
Andrew had a droid when I had a droid, but
Andrew
was
had
shit
a
on me
droid.
for my droid. That's the wild part. How the fuck? Bro, your droid is worse than mine.
But he had an iPhone before then, though.
But he dropped his droid and couldn't use it.
He's gone back and forth. He's yo-yo.
He practically had a
Appreciate,
beeper, bro.
yeah, no, I know
I
what I'm
got
doing.
killed for having. I was like, bro, I'm a broke junior college student who just transferred. Yeah, your phone.
Yeah, but the
trash.
difference was you were in denial. You were like, "Oh, iPhone's not that great." Blah, blah, blah. Andrew was just like, "I'm just on my luck right now, and I got an Android. Like, I just got an Android right now, bro. But wait,
Years
wait till I
later?
get an upgrade."
You were like, nah, fuck the man. And then we were
Yeah.
all like, one of us. And then you were like,
Fine.
I heel turned. I pulled a Hollywood Hogan, and I don't regret it.
Anyways, so this week some big news dropped. Kenny,
Hey.
you want to talk about it?
Yeah, Andrew Martinez agreed to come on our podcast after coming to LA sporadically for years, and the fact that all four of us in this room at the same time doing a podcast. This is episode 232, by the way, of Touchdowns and Tangents.
I thought we were on like episode 250.
Nah.
Honestly.
you guys already hit 300
No, it's 2000. Shut up. We don't do 2 episodes a week like everybody else.
Mancini's like, I already went to the 100 and the 200. That equals 300. Like, I'm good.
I I can skip 300.
I can skip 300.
You got to show up to the 5-year anniversary.
I'll come at
party.
5. I'll come at 500.
You got to come to the the 5-year anniversary this year in September. It'll be at a UCLA game. Where
Like I went to 200 and I went to 2 of those, so that equals 400. Like I'm good.
Like
right?
I watched Kenny black out and almost cry on the air on the first one.
You
and
love snitching on yourself. Huh?
Nah, that's not snitching if I'm honest. And then I watched like Pete black out and cry on the air for the 200th episode. So it kind of balances out.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I was definitely the much cooler head on the 200th episode. You were all over the place.
Listen to it.
You were clearly all over the place. Like somebody had just like shorted you on some hood Chinese at Wong's Walk, and you felt offended. Like you were in that headspace.
I'm gonna go listen to it. To be continued.
You won't. You won't. But it's okay.
To be continued.
But anyway, Andrew Martinez, journalist extraordinaire. You can say where you work. We're not gonna throw that out there. You want to? You can be as open as you want to about that. But this man, I met him first. Out of the 3 people here, like I won a free Mad Money contest.
Pete was a reporter. I'm gonna stop.
Bro,
you
you've told this fucking story on this show. Like
no, but
4
I'm
times.
saying how I
like,
met,
bro, we've
I didn't
all
meet you
heard
first.
this podcast.
I met
We've
him
all heard
first.
this story. We've all heard this story about
Bottom line
6
is, I'm
times.
the king of free shit.
The podcast has heard this at least 4 times.
And it's funny. It's funny every time we tell it because I got some. I want some
Everyone's
free
like,
shit.
oh, what's the point where everyone turns on Kenny?
I mean, I think you've told this story 3 times on my podcast. Like,
And he's only been on your podcast like what? Twice?
I'm saying my messaging is on brand. Is it not? Am I
at
not
this point,
consistent?
all of you guys have
Fuck
been
you
on
guys.
twice. All 3 of you, yeah.
We've all had a turn. Cool. But bottom line is, we met with free stuff. It involved free food and the potential for free food and the love of the Raiders. And it all spiraled into us having our own lives and doing our own thing. And this podcast on the Good News Sports Network. Shout out to Keith. Do we want to start with the news and the rundown that you didn't read, or we want to just start
No,
with
that's what I was trying to start with earlier. So some big news happened this past week.
Oh, really?
Do you want to talk about it?
I think you should say it first since you want to talk about it.
Okay, you put it first on the rundown.
But you just announced you want to talk about it, so you should be able to talk about it.
That's the segment. Let's talk about it.
Mancini got a button right. Yeah.
I know that, dude. I know this show's timing. I know this show's timing.
That's the title. I know this show's timing.
All right, so basically,
Featuring the Lineage.
Raiders defensive financial advisor and
Slash Penn
Right
State alum.
Pine. Right Pine.
Wow, did you say Right Pine?
Yep. Carl Nassib.
The thoughts and words of Pete
Carl
Camarillo are
Nassib.
his and his alone.
Formerly known from the Cleveland Browns.
Carl Nassib. Actually, he played for the Buccaneers.
Mister, I signed a $30 million contract and didn't even suit up for like 5 games, and I was healthy. Yeah, so Carl Nassib.
Nassib. I feel like you're saying it wrong.
Nassib.
He did say Nassib in that video.
Okay, Carl Nassib of the Oakland Raiders. The
Maybe Las
defensive
Vegas
end.
Raiders.
Vegas Raiders.
So many GFEs. Andrew, if you want to turn on the AC.
He came out this past week as gay. Like he got on his Instagram story and pretty much was just like, "Hey folks, I just want to let you know my name is Carl Nassib and I'm gay and I'm donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project, which is actually a foundation that is catered towards preventing suicide in the LGBTQ plus teen community." So, Kenny, what do you think about that?
I think when you said last week, when we were talking about Xavier Howard and contracts, you said nobody gives a fuck about Carl Nassib. What a difference a week makes. Because he's now the top selling jersey.
And if you could tell by my intro, I still don't give a fuck about it, honestly.
Can't cancel us. We were already, like, we're black and Latino males in America. We were kind of already canceled at birth. You can't cancel us. And there's Mancini.
Yeah, it's my fault.
No, it's not your fault, but I mean, it's kind of selfish of you to even take credit for it just now. How dare you?
Listen, man, like, I appreciate the moment.
I mean, I'm white.
For sure.
Shit. From Santa Clarita?
Like, I don't want to look past somebody owning their own truth and
don't see why it's news.
all the power that comes from, being the first gay player on an active NFL roster.
He's not even the first, though.
The first openly gay player with a second contract.
He's not even the first, though.
Who is?
There was a gay dude on the NFL roster, and he played his whole career. And some of his teammates knew he was gay. They just chose not to say anything. It was some Samoan dude.
Openly.
But
Chiefs?
still.
Was the guy in Chiefs?
I don't know. He was a D tackle. But it's him, and then, like, what's his face? Michael Sam was on a roster.
But he never made an active roster.
But I'm like, that's not a milestone, bro. It's like no one was keeping gay players out of the league. Like unless you came out and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gay, I'm flaming."
What were some of those wide receiver draft questions?
Wait,
That's
what?
like saying,
I was like, you lost me there. Wait, where's that joke?
No, the draft interviews. They were asking some of those wide receivers some questions. So like,
Oh yeah,
I'll just say this, man.
it was probably Jeff Ireland because he was asking some real sus-ass questions. Like when he asked
The same way we talk about, I'm just gonna say this: the same way we talk about how white supremacy has seeped into every part of society, homophobia is also pretty much the same.
Bro,
So
if nobody in the NFL says they're gay, they
with
don't know
that,
you're gay. Off first contact, that's what I'm saying. Only off like first meeting someone, you can't tell if they're gay or straight. Now the politics.
what
I
I'm
agree
saying
with
though, but what I'm saying though,
they can't
is,
come out and say that comfortably.
Exactly. And so now maybe it makes it a little bit easier for the next person to do that.
But I mean, you did rag on him for being a bench warmer. So now, was that considered homophobia?
No, because I just don't like his game.
But I mean, people were going to make him spokespersons for things. You realize there's going to be a media storm around him, right? A dude who's not even a starter, who's never actually been a starter.
He's been a key role player, so I'm not going to take like too much away from him for that. But I will say that I don't like his game. Like,
didn't he sign with the Buccaneers?
he's that type of dude. He's the type of dude who, like, he'll get a couple sacks and he'll have a highlight.
But he's not good against the run because he's 6'7".
But 80% of the other time, it's like, did you do what you're supposed to do?
Okay,
and
so
if anything, it's mediocre.
that could be said about
Like,
Michael
he's
Sam.
a solid player. I'm not saying he's trash. Well, last week I said he was trash. I'm sorry.
You definitely said it was trash. You're sorry. So keep that same energy.
So this time I'll say for the NFL standards and the contract that he signed, he is still that. But in the grand schemes of things, like, take it all that away, he's just from a strictly talent perspective, he's a solid player. He's an average player.
I think he led the league
He's
in
an
sacks
adequate
in college.
player.
Yeah, he was. That was him coming out of college.
Like,
They said that he was like Aaron Campman with like a little bit more athleticism, but he's not very good in the run game. That's been his MO. That's the type of player he was coming out of Penn State. I think he had like 16 and a half sacks or 15. And he had like a huge amount of sack totals his senior year or wherever it was. So, I mean, if you think he was a trash player before he came out and said he was gay, just say the same thing.
I'm not saying that he's not a trash player.
You said he was trash last week.
But I'm more explaining why I said he was a trash player. He's a trash player in terms of his value because of the contract that he signed.
There's 12.
But without that,
there's 25 Carl Nassibs in the NFL.
He's okay. He's okay.
There's a bunch of defensive ends with marginal athleticism who can kind of bend the edge in the NFL, and they could be Carl Nassib and like 25 other people. Just say that.
There's a Carl Nassib every year, basically, is what I'm telling you.
Bingo. That's all I'm saying. That's all this podcast is saying. So if somebody wants to come up and you guys are homophobic. No, we're actually not. And you clearly didn't listen to the episode. Because you probably didn't watch Carl Nassib play in college either. Because he played on a loaded defensive line, too, with like 3 other guys who had high sack totals, and they all kind of didn't really pan out that much in the NFL. But regardless, when it comes
I'll say
it's
that,
good that I think the fact that he has the highest grossing jersey sales in the league. Now the Raiders have a PR situation on their hands, and it's going to be interesting to me to see how they handle it, because they already knew, Derek Carr's a hardcore conservative Christian, so to speak, from Bakersfield, which already feels like it's an uber conservative overload. It's like a hat on a hat with a do-rag underneath.
Did you see Gruden's quote?
what did he say? I didn't see it.
Yeah, Gruden, they asked him, or there was a tweet, and Gruden said, I learned a long time ago what makes a man different is what makes a man great. Some people thought it came out wrong. I mean, Gruden...
So him being gay makes him a great football player? That doesn't make sense. Because him being straight wouldn't make him a good football player. Like, that's when you know, like, somebody just told him to say some shit, When he just like, okay, it's cool that he's gay, like...
And I think that's kind of what makes it uncomfortable, because it's
clout
like...
chasey-ish?
It's like, just like here, it's like, okay, we're a football podcast. We talk about culture, so like this is something that we definitely have to talk about.
I had a gay teammate in high school,
but
bro.
and so did I. I had a couple of them. I've had a couple of gay people in my fraternity who
And
weren't gay in my
nobody
fraternity.
Gave a fuck because we treated them as humans. Which
But
is what you should do off top anyway.
But what I'm saying is, though, like, for me, someone who follows the Raiders, I don't know.
They're leaning the way in diversity again.
The timing just feels weird. But at the same time, like, I don't know his life. Like, I can't tell him when and when he can't come out. But what I do know is...
she might have been the perfect time.
What I do know is he was already kind of on the chopping block in terms of both playing time and his contract. What has saved him is the fact that he did sign a contract with so much guaranteed money
that they have to keep for
that they basically have to keep him for another year. So I'm not saying he did it because of that, but it's just the fact. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Yeah. So with that, and then also like you said, all the endorsements, it's just creating this thing where it's like everybody feels like they have to talk about it, but like nobody really wants to. Because
everybody,
I mean, there was a joke meme that came out. Derek Carr comes out as straight.
He identifies as straight. And he tells you his pronouns.
Like, that's a trivializing, fucked up thing to do if that really happened.
But memes, everybody gets these jokes. Dead people get these jokes. Everybody gets these jokes.
But there is some truth to it.
Everybody's gonna get these jokes.
And to be fair, I mean, that's also what Nassib said, is like, I want to get to a point to where, like, this isn't news.
The fact that you can't say words right.
To where I don't want to have to say this.
Say Nassib.
Why? Because I have good points that I just can't talk right.
Now it just sounds like you're hating because you won't say his name right after he already said his name is Nassib. Not Nassib.
It's the chaotic evil coming back.
He's a chaotic evil, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Is it Nassib or am I going to say Nassib? Oh.
It's like when you tried to say Neanderthal and said fucking chlorophyll.
Nah, that's fucked up. I don't intentionally mispronounce. And see, I can't even fucking pronunciation.
Enunciate, pronounce.
Whatever.
The cousin of Homo sapiens, Tylenol. I mean,
anyways,
Skittles. It's great.
Oh, are you talking now?
Skittles. It's great for kids.
Wake me up on the next topic.
Wake me up before you go.
Before September ends.
Okay, that's not funny. His dad died. You dick. Everybody makes that joke about that song, but then
before Seb shows up to talk about copyright. What?
We're not talking about.
Are you a closet Green Day stan?
I've always been a Green Day fan. What are you talking about?
I said stan.
Nah, I was like one of
everybody knows "Wake Me Up When September Ends" is like their most commercialized, like, sellout song.
21 Guns was actually pretty commercialized.
Yeah, that's true.
It was on Transformers.
Okay, fair.
Boom.
Dang, you are a real ass Green Day fan. You are a real ass Green Day fan. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, bro, there's a lot you don't know about me. Damn.
Little rocker Kenny with one of those bracelets with the little
I can
studs
never
on
wear a
there.
choker. I can never wear a choker because I don't have a neck. If I wore a choker, it would just suck it on my neck. I can't do that. And my sister wore like
Looking like a
wristbands.
fat Farouk, bro. Like, some big pants on. Like,
with the fucking fedora on backwards with African print. I was in the Nation of Domination, but I liked fucking.
Farouk was always my backup dude on WWE. Whenever I created a star, he was always the dude who walked out with me.
And it's crazy because Papa Shango, aka the Godfather, was in the Nation of Domination too. Yeah, this is why our podcast is so cultured. Because you're just not gonna find this shit anywhere else. Like this was a random.
That was a random ass segment.
That was a random thing about a thing. And like Mancini could go all day about this shit, but that's why he has his own podcast.
This is true, yeah.
Go ahead and say the name of it.
Mars on Life. I'm one of the hosts.
What did you guys think about the news?
Congratulations. I mean, that's I mean, no.
Nobody gives a fuck. Can we just we get to the point where like nobody cares about your sexuality?
Well, no. I mean, let's face it. Like,
It's cool if you want to announce it, but like I'm not gonna
Like,
give you a birthday cake.
I'm happy for the guy, but I mean, I'm also
Play
somebody
better
who doesn't
against the
really
run.
care about football. You know, like I care more about it than my co-host does, which is fair to say and true. But like, all right, congratulations to the guy. You know, he's made history. But to
But that's
Pete's
the thing.
point,
Has
it's
he
kind of
made
like,
history? It's like
well, that's just it. You can.
I
Barack
mean, the first
Obama was a
is-
crappy president, but he's going to be remembered as our first African American president.
But
I mean,
there's levels to that. Like there's president, and then there's a dude who played in the NFL who came out.
yeah, but this is America. Yeah, but this is the United States. There's no
He's
difference.
6'7", bro. Were you gonna talk shit to
Like,
Ryan
there's a
Anderson on
game-
the street?
I mean,
He's
Tom
6'7",
Brady,
270.
Donald Trump. What's the difference?
Okay,
America loves
no.
them.
Hear what I'm saying? He's 6'7",
More or
270. Who's pressing a 6'7", 270 grown ass man who played in the NFL? He will bend
Everyone
your ass
he
to a
lines up
pretzel.
against. That's
Yeah.
the problem.
No, but that's a brotherhood to the NFL. It's the public that he really has to deal with, perceptions that he'll have to deal with for being a gay football player. People are going to try to slant stories, however. But realistically, you're not pressing Carl Nassib because he's 6'7", 270 and will whoop your ass. So therefore, like I look at it as like, okay, cool, he gay. That's. I hope you find happiness. You know, it's like in the WNBA when they come out and say, "Oh, I'm a lesbian," like, okay, cool. Hope you find happiness. Like,
Well-
hopefully it gets to that level where it's like it's just understood that, yeah, not everybody who plays sports or who works at your job or who makes you ice cream or who gives you wings or who fucking works at Amazon is one thing that you're comfortable with. People are different. People are like snowflakes, but we're not snowflakes.
Okay, Ben Shapiro.
I said we're like snowflakes, but we're not snowflakes.
Oh, I see.
So
I
it's like-
see what you did there. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, come on, don't compare me to Ben Shapiro. I'll whoop his ass. I'll tell Ben Shapiro I'll whoop his ass.
Actually, I don't think you would, Kenny. I don't think you would.
I definitely would, on behalf of all my dead
Don't make me
ancestors.
get my friend Jordan Peterson in here. No, Kenny. I think the thing you've got to realize
Jordan Peterson
is
can't handle black Canadians.
The
So how is he
lobster-
gonna handle me?
the lobster. No, kidding.
Yeah.
You know what? Again, congratulations to the guy. But at the end of the day, I mean,
Have at least 5 sacks this year. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just somebody that anybody involved in media, if they're any kind of public figure or an athlete, it's just kind of like whoop-de-doo, you know.
I just go off like, I'm not in your bedroom, so it's none of my business anyway.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but it's
Like, I want you to win on an individual basis in your life. But I also know some people, for some reason, have an issue with that and will find an issue with him being gay, which is...
I mean, I agree 100% with you guys, but I'm just going to be the empathetic voice in the room and just say that it is meaningful for somebody out there who is gay and trying to play football.
yeah, and
Yeah, I
that's
agree.
what I'm trying
I'm
to
talking
say.
about
you
like
know.
I'm not talking about like the outliers, like the people who he is trying to connect to. I'm talking about the people who are probably sitting the same way people who hated kneeling, they're probably gonna hate him for coming out being gay. Those dumbasses, like
No,
I
like,
have cousins like that.
show those
bro.
people publicly.
I literally just had this chat with my cousin. He was like, "Oh, I stopped being an NFL fan as soon as they started kneeling." I was like,
Nobody gives a fuck.
bro, you realize a veteran literally told him to do that?
Like a veteran.
He was like,
a Green Beret.
I was like, dude, like a Army Ranger, like a fucking metal fucking veteran.
A Green Beret.
Yeah, but he could have turned it around and been like, oh, but he was some Marxist communist veteran. It's like, still a fucking veteran.
It's like, oh, bro, no, we're not playing that game.
And then it was like, well, all those people didn't die if we were taking knee. I was like, bro, it's not even about the flag, one. But two, they did die so that we could take a fucking knee at the flag. Like,
freedom to do whatever the fuck
that's
we want.
what the fucking country is like. Nah, it's America. I was like, you know who fucking says what you're saying right now? Russia, North Korea, and China. That's who you have to pledge allegiance to.
All the people you hate.
All those people you hate. Those are the people who say stand for the flag because it stands for something. Like,
a flag doesn't have legs; it doesn't stand.
Whatever.
No, I'm not to you.
Whatever.
To, like,
give me
to
some tacos.
I hate to break it to you,
That's
but
how the
like,
conversation changed. I was like, whatever, dude. Just give me some fucking tacos.
Yeah, but I'm saying to that person, like, when they like say all those random ass like, oh, it's a part of. Well, what's the tradition? Because American tradition technically is lynching black people and getting away with it and doing horrible shit to children. So
that's what I'm saying. You do the same shit.
Like,
you do the same shit.
Like, how are you gonna just pick and choose?
Shit.
Like, don't pick and choose. Like, bro, like, don't die on that hill. That's what I would say to somebody who says that. Like, if they go to kneeling or just whatever thing, and like, people actually bitched about breast cancer awareness month in the NFL.
I believe
Why are they wearing pink? That's stupid. They're not gay, are they? Oh yeah. See. And the whole pink thing was behind D'Angelo Williams. His mom had breast cancer, and he was always wearing pink to support breast cancer. And then they took it from him and did him dirty. But that's a whole other story. But I'm saying, like, you find out a lot about people through sports and what they get mad about. And I just think it's interesting to highlight.
I think it's
to highlight the exaggeration of them getting mad.
I don't want
so we can see who those people are.
I don't want to. I don't want to take away from like the violence and the oppression, hate that people on the LGBTQ spectrum experience because I don't know it. But I will say that it's a lot easier for people outside to really like accept them and endorse them when it makes monetary sense. Like, whether you're talking about the NFL, whether you're talking about the team, whether you're talking about the players, like, oh, the jerseys, like, and we have such a cancel culture now that it's like, hey, at JJ Watt, what do you think about this? At your favorite player, what do you think about this? And they're just getting added by hundreds of people, and it's like, oh, well, I guess I have to say some lame duck statement about how it's great that he's being him. But it's like, okay, I get it. You're trying to be supportive and show like, hey, we're supportive culture. But do you actually know that man? Like, do you actually know him?
Then he comes off his cap.
Like,
but on top of all that,
then just text him that, bro. Like,
we live in an era of contradictions, though. You have to heighten the contradiction so people can understand why, like, telling JJ Watt to do that, but you yourself don't even accept your gay cousin, or you yourself are kind of a piece of shit in life and you don't put on your blinker when you're trying to signal. Like, you should probably look inwards instead of trying to create a world that makes you feel comfortable and you don't even connect to the people around you.
Plus, you got to look at the historical material aspect to it, in that, you know, we're somewhat getting out of a pandemic. Theoretically, things are kind of lightening up a little bit in terms of just how people
have money. People want to spend.
Yeah, and on top of that,
except you people who abuse PP loans, y'all going to jail.
On top of that, you know, I hate to be that guy, but you apply the political side to it. My God, you apply the political side to it, and people aren't talking about the same 6'3" idiot day in and day out, and so in a lot of ways, people are going to look at something like this and think this is, you know, another up and up for another great Pride Month. And you know what? People have every right to do that and say that and feel that way.
Black Music Month too. But
That's not my point. My point is my point is that
like, can we just?
I'm gonna finally start saying that now. That's not my point.
Can we just say there's too many fucking months named after shit? Like, somebody didn't do the proper overlapping correctly. There's like a month and there's like 78 things going on in this month. Can you give me a dossier, a calendar, like in college where you can pick what event you want to go to? Because you know what's going on, like Coachella.
It's
like, shit.
It's Armenian chef month this month.
It's disenfranchised fucking car mechanic month. Like, damn.
I mean, I think today's National Typewriter Day too. So it's like,
Thank you. It's Lucy Left Finger Day. It's Dislocated Big Toe Day. Like, who's naming all this shit, and why don't we have a dossier on them?
my point is that everybody feels like we've overcome all of the shit from last June, and so this June it's kind of like everyone's in a lighter mood, relatively speaking, and so something like this is just another piece of good news that, no pun
Shout
intended.
out to the good news.
Yeah, there you go. It's another piece of good news that people are going to accept, and people are going to take it as, well, you know, leave that one as another chit for 2021 being a better year than 2020. And
Right.
you know what? If people want to feel that way, fine, whatever. But at the same time, shit's still fucked up in this country, so don't get too comfortable.
They still made a Dragon Ball Z movie. Don't forget that.
That was like pre-everything. you know?
Herbie Fully Loaded. Yeah, but now they're talking about trying to get another one. Like, Herbie Fully
Trying to
Loaded.
get what?
They're trying to get another one.
They're trying to get what?
They're trying to make another movie.
Fully loaded.
Because it was a horrible fucking movie.
You know there were Herbie
I
movies
like
before that one,
fucking
right?
movie, bro.
That's why I don't fuck with you like that sometimes.
Yeah, Michael Keaton's in it.
That movie was
No,
good.
the one with
bro.
Lindsay Lohan?
Batman.
I've never seen it.
Me neither.
Good. Don't waste your time seeing it, Drew. That was terrible. Marmaduke was terrible with Tim Allen.
You're the only one that's seen these movies.
That wasn't Tim Allen. That
I
was
saw-
Owen
I've
Wilson.
seen Herbie Fully Loaded multiple times.
I've never seen Marmaduke.
I like that movie.
Marmaduke was fucking terrible. He hates Marley and Me, but he won't talk about Marmaduke.
I can't do
Marley and Me made me cry.
Me too. Can't do it.
That shit made me cry the same way.
John.
Tenet made me angry.
You're a piece of shit.
Well,
Pete
just
doesn't care
watch
about
it.
dead dogs. See? There you go. It's Dead Dog Appreciation Day.
Don't watch
No,
Tenet.
what was that movie with the race car driver and the dog? That one made me sad.
Race car driver.
It wasn't Speed Racer,
No.
and it wasn't Cars.
Was it a dog's way home?
A Dog's Walk to Remember. Did you just make up some shit?
What was
Did
it?
you just combine Homeward Bound with Cars? Because Homeward Bound was the shit back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace to Shadow.
Was it Ford and Ferrari?
You're just making up titles now.
I don't remember a dog in Ford versus Ferrari.
Dog,
We're all looking it up.
race car.
No, I've never seen it. And I don't know.
All right, let's see if someone has good SEO. If they have good SEO, this
The
will
Art
be
of
the
Racing
right-
in the Rain. Was that it?
What the fuck kind of Italian film
Yeah, it
festival
is.
movie are you watching?
Yep. It
But
is.
low-key Italian film festivals be having really
Bro,
good shit.
Although apparently the dog's name is Enzo, so you're not wrong.
I'm a fucking smart, cultured motherfucker, man.
So am I.
I remember that. Remember
All
when
right.
that came out?
Wait, is it on Netflix? Because I watched that shit.
I don't know.
I watched that shit.
It's honestly pretty good, man. And at the end, it's sad.
Oh, so you want me to cry now?
I can't
Yeah,
do
it's
it.
pretty sad.
So
at
you
the
want me
end.
to cry? You're an asshole.
It's basically like this dog just thinks he's like a human, but his human's like a race car driver, and he just thinks he's a race car driver.
Hey, so
And then finally, like, they go through all this shit, and he's about to die, and then he finally gets in a race car, like right before he dies.
Don't spoil it.
you
and
just
then-
did. You just spoiled the whole movie.
And then the kicker is, the dude finally makes it as like a professional, like wherever he wanted to go. He has his family.
And he doesn't have the dog.
He doesn't have a dog.
And Andrew Yang concedes.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, stop it. Hey.
Shut up. Anyways, and then some other kid comes up and they're like, "You have to meet this kid." And they're like, "Why?" He's like, "You have to meet this kid." And he like meets him, shake his hand. He's like, "Oh, where were you born? When were you born?" He was like, "Oh, exactly 10 years ago." You're like, "Oh, that's when I lost my dog." He's like, "What's your name?" He's like, "Enzo."
Ain't no fucking little kid named Enzo. Get the fuck out of my face. Like the wrestler that
That's the
nobody
kicker.
likes.
Because
Like
at the
reboot.
beginning of the movie, is foreshadowing. It's like the dog is a narrator, and he's talking about like how he like wants to be part of whatever Asian culture believes that when dogs die they become humans. So then that's the tie together.
I have so many questions.
And I just spoiled the
Did you
entire
say
movie.
Asian? Did you say Asian culture? Like in the same Asian culture where they eat dogs?
I forgot what Asian culture it is.
I would say you got to specify because in some cultures they eat dogs, like in the Philippines.
Yeah, that was kind of
Allegedly.
racist.
That's not racist. They literally eat dogs in the Philippines.
but that-
you can Google it. That's why I didn't say
Okay.
all
Obama lived in
Asians.
Indonesia. He ate dog.
Okay, but you see
You
how
gotta specify what Asian culture.
Okay, but you
'cause
see
I'm
how I
confused as
talked
fuck right now.
But you see how I
let me be
talked
clear.
about.
Let me be clear.
You see how I talked about it in a way where it was like clear that I didn't know what it was.
No,
but then you brought it up
you
as
thought
in like
I was like, I need
this
more
is a
clarification.
question. This is a fact. Like,
Which Asian? No, like literally.
but you really
In the
didn't add
Philippines
any.
thing.
You really didn't add any more context to it because you didn't say which Asian cultures actually eat dogs. You
No,
just
I
brought up.
in the Philippines,
You just
they
brought
eat
in a
dogs.
question of doubt.
That's not a question. Like that's the fact. They eat dog. It's partially.
This is the media right
That's
here.
probably Filipino
this
month.
is
You
Fox
better
News
just
right
slow
here.
down.
This is Fox News. Right
Hey,
here.
man, this is my
This
social
Fox
media
News
coordinator.
right here.
First off, no, part of that has to do with like poverty and really fucked up situations. How America left the Philippines. So there's a whole fucked up history behind people eating animals, and it usually has to deal with America fucking them over. So don't.
So, Drew, what'd you think of Interstellar?
I fell asleep in that movie.
I refuse.
I wasn't
Wait,
a fan.
which one is that?
Is that the one with?
That was one where Matthew McConaughey goes to space and he's telling his daughter.
What was the other one that came out around that
Jennifer
same time?
with the chick who was in the
Gravity.
shitty X-Men movie.
Gravity's better.
Chris Pratt and
We
what's her
already
face?
talked about it.
No, I never seen it. I've never seen it.
Chris Pratt and Jennifer. What's her name? The
Passengers.
one with Mystique?
Passengers.
I just remember they were like, "You got to see Gravity in theaters." I was like, "Bro, it's just dark sky." It's just dark sky. Like,
Shout out to Big Sean re-releasing a 10-year anniversary of Finally Famous,
all right,
not a
well,
new
we're still
album.
on the first topic.
but not a new album.
If this were a Friends episode, it would be the episode where Pete disses space.
Friends is trash as a show altogether, and it was a spinoff of Living Color, which was one episode away from syndication. But you know, all those networks built.
No, it wasn't a spinoff of.
Okay,
They stole the idea.
No,
here's
right,
a
you're right.
tangent.
Let's clarify.
Here's
here.
a
See?
tangent.
He just confirmed it.
Here's a tangent. But how long until we have actual B-roll of space?
Okay, you're gonna get our podcast shut down and you arrested on war crimes, and I'm gonna testify you. against
I'm
your
just
court.
saying, like, we see all the CGI
Do you
of
need
space.
B-roll of space? What the fuck
But,
do you think it's
like,
gonna look like? A
at
hot
this
pocket
point-
inside of a microwave?
At this point, we can't just record space and like.
No.
But we
How can
Put
you
it in
record
a movie?
space?
But we kind of
When-
do, though. I thought, like using whatever cameras that are used on
Look in the
the
sky.
space station.
But
space
they're not
station
in
or-
movies. That's what I'm saying.
Look in the
So can
sky.
we bring that to movies?
No,
Can
but-
that be the B-roll? Like,
No.
Theoretically, yeah.
But that would blow people's fucking minds and raise a whole bunch of questions that really they're not ready for. They're not ready. They're not
Okay.
ready to really find out
Yeah,
what's in
people
space.
are
Nobody
ready to
asked
see
question
footage of
when the-
space after 60 years
Yeah.
in a
Because
movie.
what's it gonna do? Lead to more
Yeah.
questions.
No.
Okay. Well, how many times y'all be going there on the slide? Like, y'all
How
be
did
taking-
MGM get
Are there
footage from NASA?
Is there space hotels?
Kenny
up there?
ain't even
Watch
got
the
a fucking-
credits and it says
Wait,
courtesy of
Y'all be going
NASA.
to drugs in outer space?
Hold up. Hold up.
Y'all be going to
Hold
outer
up.
space just to
Hold
hot
up.
box?
Hold up.
Can you hot box in outer space?
Oh
Hold
my
up.
God.
Kenny even got a
That's the
fucking
first question.
car, and he's worried about how motherfuckers get to space. Bro.
I take
Like,
I take
dog.
public transit.
Like, dog.
I don't
Like,
need a car
dog.
right now.
Dog.
I need an apartment more than
Like,
a car.
dog.
So.
Enzo.
Dog. 80 miles is far for you right now, bro.
80 miles is far in general.
And not when you got a car, bro.
Do you really want to get up and go 80 miles?
Hey, 30 miles is
No,
far.
I
Just ask me.
I do it all the time when I take my kids.
But only when you have to. Not because you just want to go.
My family lives there.
But you live out here. So what does that say?
All I'm saying is,
All I'm saying is, I don't care if it's around the corner or 80 miles away. Sometimes you just don't want to go visit family. Motherfucker.
nobody said that.
I am so confused right
I
now.
totally agree with you. That's not what we were talking about at all.
I just had to get some truth out of you before we go back to the heart of the matter that people really aren't ready to see
Why
shit in
isn't
outer
he
space.
strawman Kenny
All I'm
already?
saying
Yeah.
is you ain't ready
wasn't
to.
a straw man.
You ain't ready to fucking see space because you
No,
ain't
I am.
Because if I was like, hey,
Bro, you
here's
realize
some
I've been-
pussy and a job and a really nice house 80 miles away, you'd be like, okay, cool. How the fuck am I gonna get there?
I already have a job. I get pussy.
I'm just saying, if I had a dream job, some dream girl, and a fucking a bottle of fucking Don Julio.
I don't even like Don Julio. That's so you already lost me there. I don't even like Don Julio.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're already making up reasons not to drive 80 miles when I got everything set up.
Because I'm a
and you
homebody.
worried about how
I'm a
motherfuckers gonna get to
homebody.
space. Exactly. So why do you give a fuck if people go to space or not?
No.
You don't care.
I don't care if they
That's
go to
what
space.
I'm saying.
But
You
if
don't
the
care.
government really told you
You don't
everything about
care.
space, would you
So
be able to
let
handle it?
motherfuckers who want to go to space go to space, and us who want to see them in space or going to space.
So you're
let
in
us
the
have
voyeur.
that.
So you're in the voyeurism. You fucking weirdo. Are you in the voyeurism? You have
Bro,
to say
I
yes
can't-
based on what you just
Bro,
said.
bro, I
Does he
can't
not
even-
have to say yes after what he just said? You're in the voyeurism. Yes or no? And if you say no, you're a liar.
Bro.
What?
I can't even say Neanderthal. You want me to know what voyeurism means? You want me to know what voyeurism means?
Yo, this is wild, bro. Aren't you a voyeurism? You're a voyeurist in the field of football. You like to watch football. You like to watch people play football.
What is
Kind of a voyeur.
voyeurism?
Yeah, but the football players aren't naked or engaged in sexual activity.
Okay, you went straight to
you
porn.
just fucked up my whole series.
His phone got a virus now. Shout out to the dude who made the fucking the software for my fucking
Google Dictionary, I guess.
McAfee.
yeah, the McAfee.
yeah.
The guy who made the McAfee
killed himself.
antivirus software was found dead in a prison
Spanish
cell.
prison. Yeah.
Yeah,
Epstein?
we don't know.
Maybe. And it wasn't a Turkish prison, unlike what they say in Airplane.
I'm like, damn. Should I just
Deep
delete?
cut, deep
Should I just get rid of my McAfee security app now?
Could have been
I
worse.
guess
Could
it
have
was
been a gymnasium.
controversial.
He literally came up with antivirus software. That's the definition of
That never
controversy.
worked, though.
Yeah, it never worked. I know.
Now it kind of does, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I should just delete the shit. Just get rid of my subscription. You need antivirus software. So it's like, do I go to a different company?
So next topic, we're not the most fucking testosterone assembled room this past week.
Why is the AC not on? Because it's hot.
49 tight ends got together for a tight end youth summit
And didn't invite Tim Tebow.
hosted by George Kittle and Travis Kelce. If you saw the video,
And Greg
basically
Olsen.
it was a lot of fucking testosterone.
A lot.
A lot of yelling for no fucking reason. That shit took me back to fucking anything but clothes parties. That's the most testosterone I've seen since then. And this AC ain't even fucking working.
Because Andrew fucked up whatever. I don't know.
Imagine
what
being in a
Andrew.
fucking room with all those fucking sweaty ass buff white dudes and no AC. Like, imagine if we just have 49 tight ends in here for no reason.
Oh,
Jacked
my.
up, just jacked up on fucking coffee.
Like, don't let any mixed girls walk in here.
Wow. That's racist and rape culture. That's so problematic. And wasn't he engaged to Travis Kelce engaged to a black woman?
That's what I'm
He
saying.
cheated on her with a white girl? Like, fam, that's a lot.
Not to say names, too. We had a former alumni, a former colleague that was with the Jaguars tight end.
Not Tim Tebow.
No. This was like 5 years ago.
Oh,
Mercedes Lewis?
Yeah.
what?
A colleague?
Yeah, we had a colleague in the past that was, I believe, engaged to Mercedes Lewis.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No. If it
We
wasn't
gotta name
Mercedes
names
Lewis,
of
it was
these.
another Jags tight end.
I remember the white dude who was the backup
Mercedes
tight end.
Lewis was their tight end for like 12 years.
Who else was there after him?
It was a
Julius Thomas?
evolving-
Julius Thomas. No.
Oh,
much
no.
worse.
She wasn't. She was engaged to him? I thought she was just doing PR for him.
No, she was engaged, I think.
What? She was engaged?
Let's not name names.
Say,
I know exactly who you're talking about. She's a very beautiful woman. She's and incredibly intelligent. Like, she also, did PR. She's in grad school, right?
I don't know.
No, I'm saying, when we were in college, she was a
I
grad
think
student.
I know who you're
'Cause
talking about.
She went to school with Julius Thomas.
I can
Portland State. She went to school with him.
only think of one person.
That's the only person I think you're talking about. If she went to school with him and they ended up getting together. But that's dope. If
We're a couple degrees away from a UCLA legend.
I mean,
I know
we're
you're
talking about
talking
old girl
I know.
that I think we're talking about. And we're talking about old
here,
dude.
type it down so I can...
And we're talking about the dude that we're talking about. He didn't really make it at UCLA. He had a bunch of knee injuries and had to retire. But whatever. So, yeah, on to the next one. Speaking of people who might have to retire, two-time All-Pro guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers, formerly the Pittsburgh Steelers, David DeCastro, former first-round pick out of Stanford, was released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, their entire offensive line from last year is gone, officially. With him being released, he has some ankle issues. He doesn't know if he's going to play. His body's holding up, surgery. But if he can play...
Go to Stanford?
I mean, if he can play, some people said he was a Hall of Famer. Shout out to, Jake on Twitter and Ron Clements. We were talking about it on Twitter,
He only missed 3 games last year.
See, he's only given up 2 sacks in the past 4 years or something.
You can't have that conversation when you already have.
Is he a Hall of Famer and he's been a Pro Bowler for 6 out of 9 years?
KB, the O lineman dictionary, and half of these guys that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame aren't yet.
That's true.
Alan Faneca?
Faneca's in, I think.
Oh, no.
He just got in, right?
He just got in.
No, the former Players Union rep that they blackballed.
Oh, Kevin Y. Yeah, he definitely got blackballed. He should be in. I think he got in too. Yeah, he got in because he remember when he got to Arizona State, they were talking about it. He's in the Hall of Fame. But Cliff Branch still isn't in, so I'm pissed about that.
03 Chiefs offensive line.
Will Shields.
The whole offensive line.
Willie Anderson. Yeah, that's true. Except Casey Wickman, he's not really a Hall of Famer. But Willie Anderson from the Bengals and the Ravens should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. He's the greatest right tackle. And some people say he was better than Anthony Munoz. He didn't even give up. I think he gave up 1 sack or 2 sacks in 10 years. But he played for the Bengals and he was right tackle, so everybody just likes to forget that. But Willie Anderson is a Hall of Famer, and he has a great offensive line school that he teaches. I follow his Instagram.
So is dude from the Rams a Hall of Famer?
Who for the Rams?
Whitworth.
Whitworth isn't a Hall of Famer. He hasn't. He's not a Hall of Famer.
But didn't he start over Willie Anderson?
He went to left tackle. They had him at guard at one point. He bumped out to tackle. But my thing is,
I don't know enough about Cincinnati Bengals offensive linemen.
I do. That's why I'm here. That's why this podcast works. Because they're like, how the fuck does he know this information? Journalistic research. And I'm a fan of the game. I'll punch you in the face right now. Shut up. Hey, fucking, who's that dude from the Michael guy from the Beatles? George Michael, not George Michael. Fuck, what's his name? George
Harrison.
Nah.
George Harrison? Yeah, shut the fuck up, George Harrison.
Nah. I got some slick shit from Mancini. I forgot when he said a slick comment earlier. I should have dropped it on him.
Looking like Martin Skrillex right now.
What's wrong with George Harrison?
I just wanted to call you George Harrison.
Looking like Alex Pruitt.
Thank you.
No.
Oh,
no. Shit. He called you Alex Pruitt.
Not even.
From the worst Home Alone movie.
Oh, damn.
They're all bad. What are you talking about?
He said you look like Ron Howard.
Hey, don't tell that to a Christmas movie fanatic.
He said you look like...
You get murdered.
He said you look like...
Best Christmas movie is Batman Returns.
He said you look like Ron Howard with the fucking Owen Wilson shag.
Better than Elf?
Oh, better than Elf,
Elf is on Christmas?
I'd take Michelle Pfeiffer and Christopher Walken over
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Will Ferrell any day.
Die Hard.
There's another Christmas movie too that's like.
Wasn't there a Star
Die
Wars
Hard.
movie?
Better than Die Hard?
Better than Die Hard.
I just said Die Hard.
Die Hard is technically a Christmas movie.
It's true.
Is it? Wasn't there a Star Wars movie that came out on Christmas?
Yeah.
All of the last.
Wasn't didn't a Wonder Woman movie come out on Christmas?
Yep.
But they're not about Christmas. There's no Christmas references.
That's just it. They made money around Christmas time, but they weren't Christmas movies.
Harry Potter's came out around Christmas.
No, I'm saying on the 25th of December.
Pretty sure Harry Potter came out on Christmas. I think
Wonder Woman, they purposely moved it to Christmas.
I don't remember a Harry Potter movie coming out on Christmas time. Maybe November, but I know
Yeah, maybe November, yeah. Same shit.
In this bitch.
All right, sorry I'm broke. I had to wait a month to go see it, man. See, fuck. Jesus.
Shout out to that one theater out near Pierce.
Our family just drove by while you were in your little fucking Harry Potter glasses waiting in line, okay?
Throwing away all that popcorn.
I did have Harry Potter glasses.
I couldn't get the
ate popcorn for dinner.
The pre-order. No, that's just sad, bro. Popcorn for dinner? Damn. That's some skinny white girl shit, bro. That's like spaghetti with butter.
Spaghetti and ketchup?
No sauce.
Honey Boo Boo.
I will
No
mute
sauce.
your fucking mic.
Just some noodles with some butter and salt.
Bro, that's terrible.
Hey, that shit kind of hits though, low key. I'm not gonna lie.
That's an insult to me as an Italian. Fuck that.
That's an insult to anyone who just wants to fucking digest food properly.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I've come up with some concoctions in my dorm room, like
when
a
you
can of
put
corn, a can of
goldfish and
vegetables.
drink.
I don't eat goldfish, bro.
Put
That's a
some tequila,
lie.
put
I
some
like how
vodka,
I
put
like
some
how
hot
Kenny.
I don't eat goldfish.
I like how Kenny in public when we're on the air is always like, "I'm not that fat, disgusting guy who will do anything." But then it's like,
I'm not.
but then when you get him in a situation, it's like, "Oh, you won't do that." It's like, "Bro, I will." And then he does it, and it's like, "I told you would do it."
And then like the next
No,
morning
there's a
he's like
difference.
screaming in a
Jeremy-
bathroom.
No, okay, that was different. I was fucking blacked out drunk and drank 3 times as much as
Bro,
everybody
you were
in
that
in
dude
the
at the
apartment.
lunch table who would drink the
And then
fucking
I
ketchup, mayo, chocolate milk, and apple juice
no,
drink for $5.
I'll call my
Shut
mom
your
right now.
ass up.
I will call my
You
mom
was.
right now.
You was, bro.
I've never been that person. That's disgusting. I hate
With
mayonnaise.
some Fritos.
I hate mayonnaise.
some Fritos.
I like chili Fritos, but I would never. The fact that we were all eating like pizza with fucking warm room temperature milk in elementary school, like, has a lot to do with our digestive patterns.
And
I stole some mad brownies,
And-
bro, and I was flipping them.
and agriculture, big ag,
Yeah,
and milk.
they
and
never really put a lot of vegetables
milk
on
and
our
corn
plate.
being subsidized. Well, we don't have to talk about that.
Because, like I said last week, if I eat a Pop-Tart and shit out a Pop-Tart exactly as I ate it, I'm not eating Pop-Tarts anymore.
Well, hey, you only need to worry if you eat a quarter and you crap out 2 dimes and a nickel. Then you should be worrying.
That's definitely a problem.
Shout out to the late great Burgess Meredith for that one.
That's worse than shitty laundromat coin machines. Pete
Grumpy
knows
Old
about
Man
that.
movies. Great movies. Great movies.
But yeah. So,
You know what else I was thinking about though?
it's a
Tangent.
tight end conference, but okay.
Can cockroaches get into washing machines?
Oh, that's the worst question you've ever.
Is that?
You've been to some dangerous ass laundromats, haven't you?
Let me go back to Brazil and I'll tell you.
Because the answer is yes.
I've seen a washing machine back up.
I saw
reverse.
a cricket in a washing machine and fucking never went back there.
I saw mist coming out of one and I was like, what?
No, I've seen sewage in one.
What the fuck? Did they fucking kill the swamp
I'm
thing?
not gonna lie. My building has had homeless people break in and take a shit in the washing machine.
No, it's not even that. The water went backwards.
How is that worse than a homeless dude shitting in the washing
It's
machine?
worse though.
That really is worse.
It is worse.
Because then the shit dries, they shit in the dryer. Oh, man. What if they use fabric
fucked
softener?
up.
What if they fucked up some fabric
I'm
softener?
mad that you thought about that. You thought about that.
I mean, you don't just shit in the washing machine or
a laundromat pits you off one day and you're like, I'm going to shit in one of these.
In the
And you're
dryer.
like, no, I'm not going to shit in the washer because it'll just wash it up. I'm going to shit in the dryer.
And the shit
So
dries.
it just dries and just stays
It's just
there.
dried cake. It looks like they thought it was chocolate. And they just kept pouring.
God.
A fucking Baby Ruth, bro, on steroids.
And you know everybody be leaving fabric softener in fucking laundromats. Everybody
All right,
does
man.
it.
Well, we're already an hour in. We haven't talked about shit.
Not a goddamn thing.
So anyway, insomnia. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. So, speaking of horrible shit, Vikings rookie defensive tackle Jaylen Twyman got shot 4 times in the car outside his brother's house in D.C., but they were all flesh wounds and non-lethal.
But a flesh wound.
So, yeah, he's going to make a full recovery. So, it's- okay, and now...
And isn't that NFL security's problem? Like, NFL doesn't protect its players.
Now, this was like he was in his neighborhood chilling, like outside of his family member's house, and got shot. It's like, damn. And D.C. has a lot of crime going on right now, but that's still fucked up to be like, you're a rookie defensive tackle, you get to the NFL, somebody just rolls up on you and just blasts you.
It's the FBI and Antifa's fault.
Wait, what? Read the room. Read the room.
What's the Israeli secret agents called?
Mossad?
There you go.
Are those... Wait.
That was a bit from like 2 weeks ago.
Does
man.
the
I couldn't remember what it was called.
Because you can't say the word.
That, and I also just couldn't remember.
And also,
But I knew it started with an M.
Did the Israeli
And I
army
am
train
Jewish
the LAPD?
adjacent, so what?
Didn't like the Israeli army train like the LAPD? But like, it was a story years ago.
Oh yeah,
Like they actually trained the LAPD and NYPD on chokeholds and how to beat the fuck out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, reparations and that would be great, but you know, Juneteenth's over, so I guess nobody cares. But yeah. Okay, so college football news, right? So pretty much people are fighting back on the whole NIL situation in terms of college athletes getting paid for, you know, getting paid for their likeness.
Yeah.
So, you know, a case pretty much got dismissed. They wanted to dismiss the lawsuit related to, you know, compensation. Judge is like, nah, fuck that. Like we said last week, it passed in Texas. It's already passed. Once it sweeps through the South and it passes in a state like Texas, and it already passed in Florida early, and it passed in California first, it's only a matter of time. And I think it's going to cause a lot of highly touted recruits to go to places like Fresno State, Mountain West.
Man, I'll just put it to you like this.
Because you can go
and
anywhere
Mancini,
now.
you can correct me if I'm wrong, since you're the political person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Don't we vote for shit all the time that never happens?
Yeah.
Like the death penalty, like cannabis, like other things that we voted for that we say that California said they want, and then the governor's just like, "Oh, moratorium on it," or "Oh, I'm not signing it," or "Oh, I'm not doing it."
Well, I mean, there's some things that people vote on that definitely gets through, but then you've got something ridiculous like the whole. What was it? The daylight savings proposition, where everybody voted overwhelmingly in favor of getting rid of it. The problem is the whole point of the proposition was, oh, this is so that, you know, when as a country we decide to get rid of it, California is already there. And it's like, why should we wait for the other 49 states? We just voted to not have it in our state. There's other states that don't fucking have it. Why can't we not have it?
It's based off the Farmer's Almanac,
like
years back and shit.
But
now
Benjamin Franklin. It's Benjamin Franklin's fault.
We're on a totally different calendar.
Wow.
Shit's fucked up.
It's true. It's Ben Franklin. He had the idea for it first.
Too. He owned slaves and Sally Heming. Let's just remember that.
That's Thomas Jefferson.
Either way, they all own slaves.
Thomas Jeffrey Epstein's son.
Damn, that was dark.
Wow.
That was dark.
Yeah, don't make me go there with Jefferson. I hate Jefferson.
More than Andrew Jackson? I thought you had Andrew Jackson.
Oh, they're both bad. They both suck. They're both terrible. They're both bad.
So, like...
They're both
I was going to make a Gyllenhaal joke, but that's fucked up.
That would be fucked up. Why would you do that?
Because I was thinking
Gyllenhaal's
American
a good guy.
Dad. I was thinking American Dad, and then, like... son, daughter, you're both equally terrible. I'm like, no, they're not. They're great actors.
What does Gyllenhaal have... Oh.
Because they're like, which Gyllenhaal's worse? And Maggie and Dylan are like, they're actually really dope actors. They've actually done a lot of great shit. I don't know why. It's like saying, like, fuck Jeff Goldblum. Like, it was only funny in Pineapple Express. Like, not
Jeff Goldblum's always sucked, though.
Well...
The one guy who says fuck Jeff Goldblum, we found him. He was great in Ragnarok. What are you talking about?
Dude, nobody's seen that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I've seen Ragnarok. I hate Marvel and I've seen it.
Drugs. Thor the Dark World was terrible.
But let's face it,
any.
it's all about Jurassic Park with that guy.
Yeah.
So you talking all that shit and you didn't even see the most important movie?
No, I seen Endgame. I just didn't
Motherfucker, that's
Ragnarok was like the second most important.
That's like me saying
Ragnarok was important.
That's like me saying
Joker was more important than...
No, but if Ragnarok doesn't happen, how do you explain Loki fucking getting killed and Thor? And how do you explain...
I don't care. I just
That's
want to
true.
Me
getting
neither.
back to Earth?
That's like I'm saying though. The first
You didn't think any of Ragnarok was dope?
I mean, the music was cool, but that's because I think it was somebody from
funny.
Duran Duran that did the music.
It was
and I like
funny
Duran
and it
Duran.
tied the storyline together.
Bro.
That's nice.
Would you rather have
Did you like the
Ragnarok
first
or bum-ass
Avenger?
Black Widow?
Did you like the first Avenger?
It was alright.
every
It's a different time period though. You can't say that. Just a
You're a fucking nerd, dude. Nobody knows the fucking movies by their subtitles was my point that you did not prove.
Ragnarok was funny as fuck.
I rebut
Arguably
I
the
rebut
best
that.
Thor
I know
movie.
subtitles.
It was the best Thor movie.
What's the second one called? I don't even know.
The Dark World. It was terrible.
Jesus Christ, how do you guys know this shit?
We literally watched Avengers, the whole fucking thing. What are you talking about?
No, it's because
I skipped
number one,
over
I follow
I skipped
film
over
culture, and number two,
I didn't watch any of the Iron Mans.
You're not even allowed to talk. You didn't watch
You
another
don't
Iron
have
Man.
to.
Don't watch. First
didn't
one,
watch
three's terrible.
First one's
Three's
all right.
terrible.
No, let
I
me
didn't
tell
watch any of the Captain Americas except for Civil War.
Oh, that was ass. That movie.
That movie was cool. It wasn't as cool as the
Winter
cartoon
Soldier was
ones.
fucking trash.
it was
Wasn't as cool as the
drab.
cartoon ones
Drab,
or the comics.
uninteresting.
He said drab.
Who has a
That's
fight?
how you know you pissed off Mancini.
Who
when he
has
says drab.
Who has a fucking fight with their other superheroes at an airport?
Every
Like,
superhero.
You know, what is this? December 2020? Like, come on, let's have this fight somewhere else, please.
What
come
they
on.
gonna do? Say stop?
What?
What they gonna say? Hey guys, don't fight. Stop it.
No, I want them to fight, but I don't want them to be at like
All right,
some airport.
How
What
do
is
we
this,
get on
Grand
this
Theft Auto?
tangent?
It started from me talking about
Likeness.
people voting on shit and likeness, and
Oh,
then you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
went to a full deep threaded tangent.
You're
about
the one who brought up,
meatballs.
who keeps bringing up the fucking Thor movies.
I said Ragnarok, but yeah, Ragnarok.
So
was
anyway,
the best
Andrew,
Thor
Batman
movie.
Begins.
It was the best one. Mancini was Thor. Ragnarok, not the best Thor.
The first Guardian of the Galaxy is the best first solo movie.
See, this is here we go. Here we go.
Iron Man
Every
1's good. You can't
Yeah.
talk because you haven't seen it. But
Thank you. He hasn't
is-
seen the
it is
whole
good.
precipice of the
Like,
fucking
no.
Marvel universe.
Some-
He's talking shit.
Here's the thing: what you got to understand with the first
stop
movie.
Because I need a
Talking about-
fucking 8-ball of coke to get through that movie.
I'll put it. No, I'll put it to you
No
this way.
pun intended, Robert Downey Jr.
Iron Man 3 is the worst Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, because they just tried ripping off The Dark Knight Rises.
And they should just went with the comic book source material, but they didn't.
No, the first movie's all right because it's grounded and they were trying to go off of that Dark Knight trilogy realism without getting to any of the cosmic stuff, which they do that in the first Thor. I thought the first Thor was pretty good, and I would argue
It was alright.
the cinematography is partially what helps that movie because every other film after that is just ugly to look at.
How about the first Hulk?
the only Hulk.
Okay, hold on. There's like 3 Hulks, bro. Now
Are you talking about the Ang Lee one or
Eric
the?
Bana.
Yeah, that's
Who's
what
the
I'm
other
talking
one?
about.
Who's the other
My
one?
point.
Edward
My
Norton.
point exactly.
Edward Norton.
But only one of them's
My
canon.
point
Only one of
exactly.
them's canon. Is Mark Ruffalo's the only is one that's canon.
No, the
other
Edward
two
Norton
don't
one
count.
is too.
Ed Norton one is canon?
Yeah,
How
Robert
the fuck
Downey
is that
Jr.
good?
shows up at the end of it because he's like, I'm trying to put a team together. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
General Ross?
Nick
General
Fury.
Ross?
Nick Fury.
No, he wasn't in that.
No,
Nick Fury wasn't in that one.
Really?
Captain
Yeah.
Marvel is trash.
Nick Fury was talking
It
to
is trash. It's
General
all about
Ross,
Batman,
though.
am I right?
All right, anyways, continue with the
we
fucking
just
show.
discuss
Because I got to
Batman?
piss and we got 15 minutes.
Okay, one more thing. That's it for culture.
We didn't even finish the fucking likeness.
15 minutes. Isn't
That
this
was
show
it,
go
bro.
on for like another
That
hour?
was pretty much it. And y'all went on a whole
started
rant.
late.
Y'all went on a whole rant, and now we're here.
I don't even know what you said. Fresno State. You act like a small school's gonna cough up.
No, I'm
stuff.
saying you can get money anywhere, so you don't have to be a backup at Alabama and never play. When you can go be a star at a mid-major and still get paid.
But they're not gonna have that money anyways.
They're gonna get the money in marketing deals or whatever the fuck they can get on their own. But like, I wouldn't want to be a backup on a championship team my whole career if I was a star.
Matt
prep
Castle.
athlete.
Matt
Hey,
Castle.
speaking of which,
Matt
man.
Castle was an anomaly
Speaking
that's
of
not
which-
supposed to happen.
Speaking of which,
He didn't do shit ass.
another
shit.
fucking tangent. This is all I've been full of this show. Hey, Paul George and fucking Derek Carr and fucking Devontae Adams need to do some shit for Fresno State.
It's
Like,
true. Paul George played
build
like
up a
Should
fucking
they?
stadium or some shit, bro.
Nah, because I mean, they didn't really do. They've had like a bunch of different head coaches since
Okay, but you have
he was there.
you have 3 fucking Pro Bowl level, All Star level players from the same era, bro. Like that doesn't happen really anywhere, let alone at a fucking little state school in buttfuck Central Valley. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't say buttfuck anymore. My bad. I'm about to get sued.
So we talked about.
Bumfuck? Can you say bumfuck?
I mean, bumfucks shitting in dryers is still bad, so you can't say that either.
Fuck.
It's national.
What can I say?
It's National Wash Your Dryer
The devil's
Week.
asshole?
That's a literal place. That's a literal place. The devil's asshole is a literal place. You can Google it.
You guys even forget where Carr's from. It's like Fresno, minute, and Bakersfield the next.
It's Bakerfield's aborted fetus. That's where he's from.
Wow.
Bakersfield is just an aborted fetus.
Oh my.
Wow.
So Sorry, prove me wrong.
That was fucked up, Mancini.
There's the rich part of Bakersfield, and then the part of Bakersfield.
People are really gonna think that was us, bro. People are really gonna think that was us, bro.
Damn, a white man brought us down.
Man.
232 episodes in, and a white man brought us down.
Hey man, I know the timing.
That beat there.
I know the
You
timing.
gotta hit something like. You gotta cleanse the palate. See, you gotta cleanse the palate.
All right, next topic.
Good lord. Good lord.
Where's
Support-
Eric at to keep us in centers?
Support. I can't even say it. So BoJack Horseman.
What?
I just couldn't say BoJack Horseman.
All right, man, take your tangent.
Obviously.
Frank Clark, Kansas City Chiefs defensive end, formerly of Michigan and the Seattle Seahawks.
Why'd you have to say Michigan?
Because you hate Michigan players?
Mancini hates Michigan.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't trust Michigan edge rushers.
I don't trust Michigan.
I mean, I wouldn't.
But that haircut, I wouldn't either.
All right, so
Cold weather is terrible for your hair in Michigan. You know I'm right. You have to wear a beanie everywhere.
Frank Clark was arrested in L.A. for felony possession of a firearm. He had an Uzi in the car, visibly showing. Take your tangent on that, Kenny.
I don't get how dudes come out here from other states and not realize you can't have guns in L.A. openly. I don't get it.
Why don't you have a fucking handler, bro? Like, what, you can't have someone hold your gun?
Get private security.
Like Kwame.
Carl Johnson.
Or just, like Kwame Brown said, I challenge you to legal dual combat in Washington State.
I think dueling in the United States has been illegal.
No, like
since
I can challenge you to
1805.
physical combat. No, you can challenge somebody to legal physical combat in Washington, and it's not illegal. Kwame Brown said, I had to go Google the shit, and everybody was like, damn, he's right. You can literally challenge someone to physical combat in Washington State. So, yeah, it's a thing. But in regards to this, I just don't get how, like, and he hasn't really, has he even had 10 sacks for the Chiefs in the season? Like, what if his stat, like, we talk about Xavier Howard, how, like, oh, you had one great year, now you want to re-up. This dude has been up and down. Like, he was consistent during that Super Bowl run, but, like, he hasn't really, he maybe gets 7 to 9.5 sacks a year, and to be paid that much and you can't get 10 sacks, that's a problem for me. So, you looking it up, what his stats are?
Was he offsides?
Pete sleep?
Was he offsides in that AFC?
No, I'm sorry. I'm researching your Washington claim. But yeah, basically the law just says there has to be a victim involved in the fight. If there's no victim to it, meaning 2 adults consent to it,
That's the bylaws.
can't get in trouble.
And he was talking about Charlamagne
Just
the
beat
God.
the shit out of each other.
And he was talking about Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. I challenge y'all to physical combat in the state of Washington. You can get away with it.
What was your question?
Oh, shit. But yeah, I just don't understand, like, how dudes keep getting in trouble. Like, if Tyrann Mathieu's your teammate and he's been through a whirlwind of shit, you would think cats would check in with each other. Especially star players where they need him. But yeah, he had...
Especially Frank Clark with all that he's been through every
money.
other year.
He came out the league. He came out of college with domestic violence issues, and people weren't going to draft him. And he
But didn't he get in trouble a couple years ago too? But he got
cleared up.
Got cleared up.
Look up his stats. He probably had maybe 8.5 sacks this year, if that. He getting paid a lot of money to rush the passer, and he's really their best pass rusher. Actually, no, he's their second best pass rusher because Chris Jones is their best pass rusher, and he's a defensive tackle. So you factor that in, dude's getting paid a lot of money. You getting popped in L.A. over that's a felony, bro. Felony gun possession. Even if you plead down, that's money you just cost yourself.
All right, next one. Former NFL running back Brandon Jacobs of the New York Giants. How did Brandon Jacobs come up on this podcast again? He came up a few weeks ago. But his son is a high school freshman who is the exact size and weight of his father as an NFL rookie. So you got to take or a tangent, Kenny.
His son is 14, 6'4", 264 pounds.
Jesus, try to tackle that.
He was trying to.
He ended up being a D tackle, dog.
Bro,
or
he's
DN.
He's a
Ended up
picture.
being a DN.
He's skinny, but he's tall and like muscular. But he's a picture of him tackling a freshman running back. It's not even fair.
I know this kid sounds like a refrigerator.
Yeah.
6'4", 264, and your dad has NFL pedigree, and his dad was a freak of nature on running back.
He's
anyway.
going to be a DN, bro.
For sure, going to be a DN. He's already playing D tackle.
I was just talking to my friend Wu about this last week, and it's just like sports is so different now. Like you go out there, and it's like you see these 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, and it's like they've been doing these drills already for like 3 or 4 years. Like just the level, just both what we know about bodies and exercise, like from a science perspective, but also just knowing what sports does for the mental and the social elements of life. It's like people are just getting them involved more seriously, faster, and sooner than ever. So it really doesn't surprise me that Jacobs' son is a specimen. Because as you mentioned, he already had the fucking genes. It's just now he has someone to show him even earlier than his pops learned.
And he's going to have to tackle his pops. You got to tackle me, motherfucker.
That's a turkey ball right there.
Ooh, we the same size, too? You getting stiff-armed in the throat every year. You might get cauliflower. You might put on the helmet to protect you.
Well, if someone can stiff arm you in the throat, it's because your pads are too fucking high.
Or you got like a P&B Rock type neck.
Wow.
P&B Rock has a stupid long neck. It's uncomfortable. He looks like the alien from Men in Black. Why does a human being have that big of a fucking throat, bro? It's creepy. P&B Rock creeps me out.
All right.
Never want to meet him.
I got a couple for you. Matt Stafford. Sean McVay went on record this week saying that his new QB is a bad motherfucker. He's even better than advertised. It's greater than being around him. Take or tangent on that.
What else is he supposed to say?
True.
Like, he's probably everything. Like, Stafford probably can do everything that Goff could never do. So he just has to get familiar with, like, play calling and all that. Like, he's a wet dream come true for McVay, and this is really their last
It
shot.
just, to me, it just kind of seems like, bro, who are you telling? Are you telling us or are you telling yourself? Because it's like, dude, how many times do we see coaches go to the fucking de facto, he's a great player. We've had a lot of great players in this system before, but obviously we went out and traded for him, so we think he's probably a little bit greater than what we had before, but, we're just going to go out there and, we still need to put 10 guys around him and execute, and hopefully if we do that, he'll be successful. But no, it's like you're talking this dude up. Like, that tells me that, like, your season is riding on him, frankly. Like, your job is relying on him. And if he isn't a bad motherfucker, there's no alternative.
Because then you could be like, that motherfucker's bad if he ends up playing terrible for you.
Because, bro, the Rams have a good team. Like, your quarterback, we know you can win with an average quarterback because you already did it. All right, next one. Eli Manning's jersey getting retired.
That's the one I was thinking about.
Take your tangent.
It's perfect. I mean, he's
what, 1 year out of the league? Getting your jersey retired?
They should have retired Patrick Peterson's jersey, but whatever. They gave it to Malcolm Butler. They should have retired Clay Matthews' jersey. Malcolm Butler got 21, and he got 8 up for the Titans.
Yeah, he's sauce.
And then Clay Matthews should have had his number retired. He's the all-time sack leader in Packers history. And they gave his number to Rashawn Gary. Now, yeah, Patrick Peterson wore 21 for the Cardinals, but Eli, he literally brought you back to relevance after like 25 years of being nothing.
Bro, that's it.
He beat Tom Brady
twice.
That's it.
They're still not relevant since he left. Since he started being sorry, they haven't been relevant.
Since his arm kind of waned and that protection waned.
Actually,
they won those 2 rings, and then they went back to being whatever.
I don't know, man.
Eli was nice for like 2 years when he had 3 receivers who almost went over 1,000 yards.
He made receivers all the time.
Mancini's like a 10 and some grunge away from being Eli.
Yeah, you have Eli's personality, not Peyton's. Andrew kind of has Peyton's personality a little bit, like dry, funny humor. But he can also go straight at you. He just chooses not to.
That little chin could make you a Manning.
It's the haircut. The haircut makes him a Manning.
All right, and last one for me. NFL allowing alternate color helmets starting in 2022.
Bro, that was a touchdown and turnover.
Whatever. It's better to take a tangent.
Not really.
Are you sad? You want to do touchdown or turnover? Go ahead, play the sound. Let's do touchdown and turnover, little buddy. Come on.
Hey, fuck you, bro.
Is that what you need right now? This is a really long segment.
You've been letting all the drops run like the full length today, like the 30-second clap.
That's a big pull.
That used to be Surf Sound.
Probably still is. Shout out to Surf.
All right, so yeah. Alternate helmets 2022, touchdown or turnover.
They just have dumb uniform rules. I don't know why they don't just do.
Why the fuck didn't they just have that before?
Like they won't let you wear.
Why are they gonna wait another year?
Like the fact that they don't let people wear the like custom cleats is dumb.
Just power.
Like why would you not
just
wear
racism, honestly.
Like the custom cleats, custom socks, like you get fined $10K, $40K for uniform violations. That's ridiculous. But those Steelers unis and Packers throwbacks.
Get those the fuck out of here.
They're trash.
Get those out of here.
I ain't really want to see the Jags uniforms.
The Raiders have some like that, though, too, that are trash.
But they won't put them out because they're not good enough yet.
They might. That fucking black and gold?
That's disgusting.
You don't even know about that, bro.
It's like gold R's.
Nah, I don't think it's a gold R. It's like a fucking...
No, like gold R, the villain from Power Rangers. It looks like that color scheme. Just gold trim, but with gray in the middle. Gray and black in the middle with gold trim on the helmet. Ugh. Ugh.
I guess that's all the colors they had fucking back then, huh?
Ugly ass color rushes.
All different gray colors of fucking black and gold. Like,
let's get charcoal.
This one's bronze. This one's fucking light gray.
This one's charcoal yellow.
Like, dude, what the fuck? You guys are really living in gradient then, huh? Like, fuck. All right. Next one. Lamar. I'm sorry. RG3 ran a 4.32 this past week.
I believe it.
Touchdown or turnover?
I don't believe he ran a 4.32.
Why? Because he got a white wife? He can't run a 4.32 because he got a white wife?
Nah, like he looked like he bulked
You didn't
up.
say no. You thought about it. You thought about it.
Nah, I had another joke because he was like, he had the video of him doing arm pumps and like, when my girl wears a sundress, I'm like, you realize the joke behind girls wearing sundresses is that like, this is mad chauvinistic. But they have fat asses, so you can see the ass through the sundress. That's the whole point of the sundress joke that was started. And we saw your girlfriend, and she is very petite, with no disrespect, no ass.
He don't want no RG3 smoke. He don't want no RG. That's the most polite you've ever talked about around some shit.
Because I'm rooting for RG3, but it's like you keep opening your mouth and saying dumb shit. No one asked you to even say anything. You didn't even have to clarify that shit. You could have just let the jokes run, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're not black just because you marry somebody black. No one asked you that. No one even accused you of not being black because you have two white wives. A white baby mama and a white wife who you left your baby moms for, that you did a whole ESPN cover story for. But we don't get on that. Like,
I'm going to just say
just shut up, bro. You were doing a good rebuild when being the backup for Lamar Jackson. Now you're just talking too fucking much. And no one cares you run a 4.3 because we know you got a loose knee.
Yeah.
Don't make me call Haloti Nada.
I'm going to say it's a touchdown because he probably going to end up in Seattle running some Wildcat shit.
He should
backup
still
quarterback.
be in the league, though. But I don't believe he got faster. I don't believe that. Because he was running like a 4.4. I think he's probably
Russ will turn it back, bro. Russ will get him with the R&B singer. In the middle.
Or Maya.
In the middle of the skin spectrum.
He's going to marry Natasha Bedingfield and have a pocket full of sunshine.
The skin spectrum.
What'd you just say?
In the middle of the skin spectrum.
Did I ever tell you my Natasha Bedingfield story?
You have a Natasha Bedingfield story?
What the fuck?
Indeed, I do.
You have a pocket full of sunshine?
No, in sixth grade, we had to sing Unwritten as we graduated.
The rest is still unwritten.
Yes, we had to sing that song as we were marching around my elementary school.
That's hilarious. That's funnier than when...
What, were you living in fucking Pitch Perfect?
Well, I mean, Santa Clarita, so close. Except it's not Pitch Perfect whatsoever.
Josh, you show tunes at next graduation?
When I'm gone, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You guys better play that shit at my funeral, bro. Sing that shit.
Nah.
I should carry my casket.
We playing Adam and Eve.
We're gonna drop your shit like a skid down the stairs.
Kenny gonna be crying as soon as you guys start singing, bro. Pete always said to sing this at his funeral. Nah, you ain't outliving me. Let's be real.
What? I definitely am. I definitely.
All right, who's your buddy on?
What?
Who's your money on?
He really thinks he's gonna outlive. That's fucking sick, bro. That's dark.
I mean, you're vaccinated, so. I didn't want to go
He
there.
has more kids than me, though. That's high blood pressure.
I already had high blood pressure before that, too.
And more kids.
Bro, I've seen you take down 3 shakes in one sitting.
That was a depressing week, first off.
That was 2 weeks ago.
It was a depressing week.
It's been a depressing month. Fuck June.
You're not July.
Wow.
Yeah, I just did that.
Wow.
I had to do
Hangs
it.
out with Mancini for 2 hours and the dad jokes are back.
You forgot another one, though.
Go ahead.
The NFL is going to let teams bid on who gets to hold the NFL Combine in their city in 2023.
I'm going to say it's a turnover because...
You want to go to Indiana every year?
Ugh.
Clan country?
No, but there's something, like, to the whole, like, nostalgic feel of, like, hey, this is where everybody's gone for the draft. It's like the Pro Bowl. Like, when they took it out of Hawaii... Like, I get the idea of it, like,
People
hey...
actually want to go to Hawaii.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
No one wants to go to fucking Indianapolis, bro.
No, but what I'm saying
Imagine
is...
if the Combine was in L.A.
I mean, you go to Indiana, what? You want a rat to walk up to you and go, Pete, nice to meet you. My name's Mayor Pete. Good to meet you.
That's my point, though. I wouldn't go to Indiana except for that.
any reason.
Or South Bend. That's the only reason why I'm going to Indiana.
I've got history with South Bend. Never been, but...
So, those are the only 2 reasons why I would go there. And
Notre Dame sucks, though.
True.
I mean...
No, they
I'm just
definitely
hating.
suck.
I'm just...
They suck.
To me, it just seems like you're
Every
just
time they get
stirring
a
up
big
the
game, they
pot
suck.
for no reason.
Every time they get in a big game, they
You just want to get some money.
They-
You just want to get some extra money from this pandemic because... Oh, instead of only having
The Pro Bowl of
instead of
Florida.
only having $1 trillion in our reserves, we only have $500 billion in our reserves.
They already have regional combines. If you just have combines...
But that's what I'm saying then. So what's the point of you didn't just get rid of the combine? If you don't want to have it in Indiana, if it's not important anymore, then just get rid of it. Don't
They
try to
can
make it a traveling
they
fucking
can
roadshow, bro.
No, they can monetize
That's what I'm
all of
saying,
it now.
though.
That's the point.
Do it at SoFi and let fans come in.
That would be a fucking spectacle. The West Coast Combine.
People wouldn't fucking go, bro.
People would
People
go.
would
People
go.
would
People
not
would
go.
go.
People
What
go
are
to
you
spring
gonna
games
judge?
in the South.
They would go
People sell out
for like
spring
1
games.
year, bro, and then they would be over it.
Nah.
They would go the first
got
year, it would
prospects every
fucking
year.
pack out. The next year, it would be fucking half filled.
No. That's still... Guess what? It's not a loss because it's your stadium. If they have it, especially for somewhere where it's a fast track, come on. That's money.
Come on,
Anywhere
man.
you go. NFL prospects will flock. We got to go to Miami for the combine. There's going to be a bunch of stories. Somebody getting in trouble. That is viewership.
That's not combine though. That's not the combine though.
Yeah, but
bro.
you got to look at who's selling it and who's putting it on TV.
That's not the combine. But that's not the combine.
I agree with you, but you have to see the money from all
There's
the
already
marketing
enough
dollars.
distractions at the combine already.
And that'll weed out people, and that'll create storylines and narratives. And do you not think that the media doesn't like storylines and narratives?
It just seems like for all the shit we've been talking about the combine for the past few years, especially saying it's a trick and pony show, and now you just want to make
pony show. That's technically
you can't say trick and pony show anymore.
No, it was always dog and pony show. That's the saying.
So what was the?
You just said trick and pony. It was always dog and pony.
So now I'm just making up my own misogynistic sayings.
You're making up words. Now you're making up phrases. Do you have dementia?
I might. I'm really tired, dude. I've had 10 hours of sleep this whole week.
Type shit?
I've had 10 hours of sleep this entire week.
Welcome to my
I woke up at 6 today. And they got on a Zoom call.
Wait, 6 p.m.? I was what the fuck?
6 in the morning, Zoom call on my computer.
Shout out to Ice-T.
Wow. Kenny actually got a hip-hop reference.
No, like, because the feds kicked in my neighbor's door at 6 in the morning. Like, and it was so loud, I thought it was my door. And I got up screaming, like, what the fuck? We're going to die, Mom?
This turned into trauma. That's the title of the show. Well, this turned into trauma. All right.
One last thing. Lamar Jackson's going to negotiate his new contract with no agent. And his mother is his financial advisor. But you got to look at people.
Didn't he just sign a new contract?
No, he didn't. Lamar Jackson's still on his rookie deal.
He was in the last season of Westworld for some reason.
What?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson?
Wait, the quarterback? How the fuck?
Yeah. He was like one of Aaron Paul's buddies, like having fun in around L.A. trying to get drugs or whatever in the future.
What? I need to.
Season 3 is weird because the first 2 is like all about the wild. Well, it's not about the Wild West, but like
Lamar
simulating
Jackson
the Wild West.
From Louisville, first round quarterback, MVP.
Yeah,
was in fucking Westworld, just chilling with Aaron Paul, Jesse from Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
getting drugs.
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah, I was I feel like I've seen this guy.
How did that go under wraps?
It was last year.
No one was talking about that last year. And there was shit going on last year, so how did that just go completely unnoticed? It's because HBO dropped the ball on some of the programming?
Wait, Marshawn Lynch has been in it too.
Did not know that. Wow, that is definitely a touchdown. But also, I think him negotiating his own deal is a touchdown too, because realistically, if DeAndre Hopkins can negotiate his own contract and the market's already set at QBs, he's pretty much getting more than Dak and less than Mahomes. So...
you sound like every agent.
He's going to be the second
this
highest.
This is why he's his own agent, because every agent's probably telling him that.
Well, he's not getting paid. You can't justify paying him more than Mahomes.
Why?
Because
let's get to it. Why?
You're not as successful as Mahomes.
By 3 games?
And the organization...
By 4 games?
The organization is not set up to where they're actually making things better. They just got receivers this year. And they lost a bunch of pass rushers. Unless they're really going to blow the bank on him, do that. Because they already got Stanley under contract.
But just like you said, every year the quarterback market's set. So if Lamar's up next, why can't he be up next to set up the market?
Because the market for Mahomes, he's going to get even more money with that deal and escalators and all that shit. So his deal is what everybody else is catching. Lamar is going to get the next best deal. And then who comes after Lamar? Herbert? Josh Allen?
This could be more money per year.
Josh Allen probably comes after, right?
Yeah.
So Josh Allen comes after Lamar, but Lamar will get more money per capita, I guess.
That's what I'm saying, though. So when
but that's because the Dak deal worked out so good.
When Josh Allen gets more money than Pat Holmes, are you going to retract everything that you just said?
If he does, I don't think he's going to get more money.
I just saw a spark in Pete's eyes. Just want listeners to know.
You understand? Who's the highest paid person on on the Ravens offense? Stanley?
Yeah, probably.
Who's the highest paid person on the Bills? Stephon Diggs. And they just re-signed Deion Dawkins.
I'm just saying if they do. If
and
they do.
and they just signed Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White.
Hey, got him.
Yeah, you got one.
Ricky, we're on the board. That's not a movie quote. I just made that up.
I know you did. I was like, okay, shake and bake. Bottom line is, yeah, like Josh Allen will probably get more, but they're going to be chasing Mahomes because Mahomes is like, I'll just renegotiate my shit anytime I feel like it. But you always got to have me as the highest paid QB. That's what I feel like Mahomes' deal is because we've never seen a deal like it. But every other deal before him sets the market. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Allen will be after Lamar. So Lamar's going to get probably way more.
Josh Allen's going to get more than Pat Mahomes.
Percentage of a guaranteed contract? Yes.
He's going to get more money than Pat Mahomes. Any way you cut it up, Josh Allen is going to get more money to stay in Buffalo than Pat Mahomes.
I don't know about their payroll. They already have Diggs on the books. They're going to have to re-sign Edmonds at one point. They got Tre'Davious White.
Okay, and the Chiefs have Frank Clark. They had those tackles. They had fucking Ty Hill. They've had Tyrann Mathieu. They've had plenty of players.
Humphrey got a fat contract for the Ravens. Humphrey has a fat contract. Stanley has a fat contract. Dobbins is a second-year player. All the receivers are dirt cheap.
And all that is contingent on one player, Lamar Jackson.
So I agree he's going to get a fat deal.
Lamar Jackson.
He's going to get a bigger cut of the pie because he don't have an agent. That's the biggest thing. So, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we should look at fucking DC taxes compared to fucking Kansas City taxes, Missouri taxes.
No,
well, if you're going to factor in agent commissions, then yeah, we should fucking do that.
I guess. I mean, if you want
all right. Let's move on.
Still, agent commissions is... It's a precedent to where if you're gonna do this with no agent, more people are gonna do it with no agent. So why not?
All right, so now it's time for the rants. Guys, you have anything you want to say to the people? Close out the show.
Let Drew go first.
Yeah, well, first off, appreciate having me on. I mean, I know I'm not a man of many words, but it's good to be in the studio. If y'all could see the studio when TDs and Tangents goes live on video in the future here, it's a real nice setup. It's a real good studio. So when you guys are calling in, it's like calling in to Rome. Same feeling here. So really awesome spot. And if I have to leave one thing, I'm here visiting in LA from Boston, and I have to say.
But you're from LA. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah, I'm from LA.
Roosevelt High School, right?
No.
Wow, that was racist,
John
bro.
Muir, my bad, John
Garfield. No, I went to...
shit, my bad.
That's even worse, bro.
Different Republican president.
Dang, bro.
Sorry.
You just mispronounced him.
No, man.
I missed...
Bro, Garfield and Roosevelt have beef. That ain't cool, bro.
No, I went to Andy
still have
Reid's high
beef?
school.
Yeah.
Andy Reid's high school, Marshall.
Oh, John Marshall. Okay.
Yeah, Marshall. So
Was it Wilbur Marshall or John Marshall?
John Marshall.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was close.
mascot was the Barristers. So, excuse me, but yeah, we came back home to LA, and the one thing I have to say is that gentrification sucks. I see it. I come home after 6 years of visits here and there, and I flipped out after I saw a little $12 sandwich place. So, moral of the story is just keep an eye on your neighborhoods when you head out.
Appreciate them.
Big facts.
Well, this is the first time I've been in the studio since February 13th, 2020. So it's pretty cool to be back seeing you guys. Last time I was here in person, it was saying, hey, I got my own show.
6 days before my birthday.
Sitting in this exact same chair, in this exact same spot.
If you listen to that episode... Actually, no. I feel like the one where you called in that one time, you just said Marv's on live like every other 30 seconds.
Hey, guys. And it was just dead silence. So I was like, what the fuck?
You were just like, Marv's on live. Subliminally, we're like...
Troll. It was definitely a troll.
Maybe. Yeah.
Clockwork Orange.
I just rewatched that recently. Really weird movie.
Okay, fucking CTVA major over here. Who the fuck watches Clockwork Orange? I almost said Agent Orange.
I was watching a bunch of Stanley Kubrick movies. Why
I
not?
saw it recently too. It's a must-watch.
You guys are fucking nerds, bro.
Pete's only seen the porno version.
Bro, Okay. Good point, bro.
I mean, there's sex and nudity in the.
Good point. Have you guys finished Pornhub? No, you haven't. So don't be watching no fucking old ass movies, dog. Have you finished Netflix? No. Have you finished Hulu?
Amazon Prime?
Prime? No. Okay. Then we don't need to go anything circa HD 2004.
Anyway, I'm enthusiastic being here, getting to see you guys again. It's a real treat to finally have the four of us in a room together.
Talk about cinematography.
Well, that was what Andrew and I did, and I got to plug Mars on Life. Thank you for that one, Pete, because Andrew just returned to Mars on Life to talk a little bit about Christopher Nolan's filmography. That kind of spun off from a conversation we had first time we had Andrew on, and. Fun fact, my co-host has not seen Tenet, and kudos to him, because I've watched it twice, and I never want to see it again. But, check out the episode. It's going to be out Friday. I guess if I had to just give off the name of it for one quick moment, I have to read it just because it's hard to pronounce.
Pete understands your plight.
It's, so the name of the episode is Tenet Hktah Tenad. Which is don't watch Tenet backwards.
Are you summoning demons? Could you not do that again?
Oh, it's inverted.
I'm gonna burn some sage.
It's inverted like Robert Pattinson. You know, it's
wow.
Wait, I didn't.
Hey, watch the movie and you'll know what I mean. Actually, don't watch the movie. That's the whole point. Don't watch it.
Okay, Dave Chappelle. We won't watch Chappelle Show.
Please don't play this song.
Please don't listen to whatever Kenny's got to say. Oh my God, this guy. No, just kidding. No, it's super cool to finally get the four of us back on the air together. Four horsemen of journalism.
You're not wrong. And who gave you that nickname?
The New Atheists. No, I'm just kidding.
Who, motherfucker? Who gave you?
It was you.
Okay, then.
It was you.
Don't call me an atheist. I got family that's Baptist listening.
I'm not calling you an atheist.
I know my mom should be like, "Wait, you're an atheist now?"
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
You don't know many Baptists, do you? They get it's like a gang to them. It's like if everybody in my family was crip and I came home dressed like this. I'll tell you later. Anyway, it's a blessing and a privilege. Wow. Fucking Pete. It's a blessing and a
That's that diabetes.
No, it's not. When you sit next to somebody for so long who can't enunciate words, it rubs off on you.
Wait.
Or when you have...
that's something. See? He said something wrong.
I just got to be sure. I said
enunciate.
I'm an editor. What can I say?
Announcement, enunciate. I know the difference. You don't. But anyway.
When your cheeks are like little sandbags.
Wait, what? What? Your cheeks are like sandbags. That's disgusting. What is he even saying, bro? I don't even know what that means.
You got fat cheeks, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Pause. Just pause.
Talk about the ones on your face.
Either way, pause.
Hey, man.
Talk about the cheeks on my face, bro.
These fat cheeks, this is my social media coordinator. Watch it. Watch it. And I should give a quick shout out. Since the last time I was on, I'm now... Actually, since before...
Are they paying us for that?
The what?
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, my God. I'm also now the editor-in-chief of the Santa Clarita Valley Proclaimer. And Kenny's part of the team.
Congrats. Wow. He just said part of the team. Wow.
And hasn't paid me yet. Ain't that a bitch?
Hey, I'm trying to help you get paid, damn it.
I'm joking. You're not Dame Dash. Don't worry.
I'm your Michael Cohen.
He's the first adjacent.
I'm the Huckleberry.
like I didn't fuck you,
first,
but my boss.
He's the 1.5.
He's like the.
He wasn't the first, but like he came close after.
He's the is the Born Ultimatum with Jeremy Renner?
No, the Born Legacy.
Oh fuck!
I'm mad that you know that.
That sounds
like
why the fuck
that
you
sounds like
know
the
trilogy's great,
Prime.
and then the fourth movie just shat the bed.
It sounded like it went straight to Amazon Prime.
Ugh. Might as well just gone straight to TV.
Yeah, I miss those days when shitty movies would go straight to TV.
Rachel Weisz, though, just saying.
Now the good ones just go straight to TV.
Yeah,
or straight to Prime, or the
Paramount Network,
like
and then get canceled.
Like all the animated shit is the best shit right now.
All right, get to your rant. I'm trying to go.
I am. Anyway, shout out to
I got a new Xbox I'm trying to open.
You got an Xbox? Oh, I know you're an Xbox. Wow. disgusting. Quitter.
I'm not a quitter.
Because you just left. You couldn't get the PS5.
I never had a PlayStation.
Couldn't get the PS5, so you got an Xbox.
No, I didn't. The Xbox was much harder to get than the PS5.
Wow, we're just going to talk about that off the air. But anyway, it's a blessing to have Andrew Mancini here, 4 of America's Most Wanted, in the same place at the same time.
Okay, Ice Cube.
It was Tupac who said that. Gangsta Party. Shut the fuck up.
You really distracted me when you said Andrew Mancini because I was like, wait a minute. Oh, that's
Ryan
right.
Andrew Mancini.
Yeah, I was going to say, you said my middle name and last name, and I'm like,
I planted a seed at the beginning of the episode.
Short-circuiting.
Just to mess with you, and then it paid off at the end.
Journalist with pettiness.
Just stop.
JWP.
You had something really funny you said at the table, and I don't remember what the title of the episode was.
I got something off here to show that you'll never say that again.
Kind of like when he... Never mind. I'm not going to get on J. Cole. But anyway, at least, unlike Big Sean, J. Cole puts out music. But yeah, salute to everybody, man. And when you have friends that you come up with and you're working hard and everybody's in their own, realm in the world doing their own thing, it's always important to keep in touch with them no matter how you can and, root for them to win in their own way. So I'm thankful for the 3 people sitting at this table. And yeah, like a big part of like my start in journalism is because of y'all 3. So, I mean, mostly, not really Pete. Fuck him. I mean, partially, yeah. Like, definitely is a big part. Pete's like that friend who tells you shit's gonna happen in 3 years and you really don't want to believe him, and then it happens and you're just like, fuck you, man. But thanks. Andrew is like that friend who like he's gonna have you do some shit and you're gonna hate it and not understand why you're doing it, and then you look back and be like, damn, Andrew's like the perfect QB. And Mancini, well, we've been roommates. We've seen shit together. Like, we've seen things play out. And, 50 tacos is just... That was a great story. That was a great incident. But anyway, just thankful for all y'all, man. Thank you, Drew, for bringing your lovely girlfriend. Y'all. I'm probably going to be moving back to Cali. We're rooting on it. I mean, we're all 3 of us are already sold on you coming back. So, I mean, we'll see what happens.
You are the first person I have ever known in this state to call it Cali. Wow.
Really?
Yeah. I've heard people like
That's what triggered you?
I've heard people get ripped to shreds because they're like, "Oh, did you say Cali? Did you just say it? Did you say it?" And it's like, "No, I didn't." And then it's like,
from Cali.
Also, the only person I've ever heard say town business. As much as
Because
you
I'm
claim.
from East Oakland.
Yeah, but you're the only person I've ever heard say it.
Yeah. I mean, when we get together in groups, we just say ye. And then people think we're some stupid-ass fraternity or sorority. It's like, no.
That's some Florida shit.
Yeah. Like, Florida get together and just yell like a bunch of fucking owls. Or what is it called? A murder of crows? That's what they do. They get together and yell. People from the Bay Area, we just say, yeet! And you just look up and you're like, where are you from? Like, wait, you from Vallejo? Okay, we'll count you. But yeah, just salute to everybody here, man. Like, this podcast was literally birthed, honestly, from the relationship between the 4 of us. So it's kind of cool finally getting Andrew on the air. We're all in the same place at the same time. And sorry, Keith, for going over. We would have been here. We would have started at 8, but, Pete's a lazy ass. And thanks for the shirts. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, and if anybody from the other Good News Talk, Good News Latinx, if y'all ever want to come on, chop up some shit, get to know us. It's an open door policy. We won't roast you. We promise. Unless you're okay with that, then, it is what it is. All right, Pete, you close it out.
All right, pass me my mic. It's the one that says "bad motherfucker" on it. Anyways, man, I'm just gonna end the show by shouting out to the Clippers, man. Should have won game 2. Really blew it. Had about 6 opportunities to close out that game. A game that really would have given them home court. Down Kawhi. Would have been a huge win. But hey, man, at least they won today. Game 3. Game 4, hopefully it'll be the same story. They can find a way to game 6. I think there's a way they can still get to a title if Kawhi comes back. To be determined. Other great news this week, man. I finally got my fucking Xbox. Only been trying to get one for 3 months. So shout out to the semiconductor shortage finally ending. And also shout out to the fucking lithium shortage also ending, which also is making me money. So yeah. This is what it feels like to be fucking white. You just wake up and make money. You didn't do shit, bro. And it's just like your whole day is just a little bit better. And you didn't do anything. And you didn't do anything. Like, you just, like, your life is just a little bit better because of some fucking off thing that was broken in the supply chain that's now fixed. Like, it's fucking wild, man, how the other side lives. But if I can do it, you can do it too. So, hit my promo code, DM me, I'll send it to you. You can get a free stock on me.
Hit him up on Cash App and not PayPal or anything
No, Cash
else.
App has stocks too. You can hit me up there too.
Yeah, hit him up,
Free
but
stock.
not on PayPal or anything else because you don't know the passwords to get into that.
I'm about to get in trouble for this mic breaking again.
So yeah, if you just don't touch it, it won't break.
And yeah, man, much like Kenny said, shout out to Andrew, shout out to Mancini. Happy you guys are both here. I was happy all day. I think that was part of it too. Good to see you guys and just get some brews like we're talking about, just like the old days at the pub. Get that little break before we do some work. And shout out to Rachel, man, for taking care of Andrew and making sure he doesn't go too off the walls. So I know for a fact the women in our lives have a hard job, so
They really do.
shout out to them.
Amen.
Yeah, man, but this is Touchdowns and Tangents. Thank you for listening. 2 hours in. If you're still here, we fuck with you. Shout out to the Good News Sports. Shout out to your favorite podcast app, FPC Radio, X Squad affiliates, all the friends and family, everyone here, and those of us who aren't. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, you went to the OG.